That's what I love about Red Band Podcast.
This is like, do you have a drink? Chris is like, yeah, I live in a liquor store. Like, I'm literally inside of a liquor store right now. Oh, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I gotta be a little bit more quiet because I don't have a wall here anymore, but we're gonna make it work. It's probably good for leveling as it is. Welcome to the Red Match Podcast, the automotive podcast where I'm in fucking Texas. Spoiler alert. Surprise. So we've been kind of alluding to some big shit going on for the last couple months, and we weren't allowed to talk about it because stuff. But I have officially relocated to Texas. I am no longer a Californian.
Damn.
So I got my honorary Longhorn on my way into the state. His name is Bubba. He lives in the back, and I plan on eating him next week. I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you guys know you get guns at baptism here? Weird. Anyway.
It is America.
This is America. You know how many, like...
Wait.
What?
What day is this of you in Texas?
This is day, like... 20. This is like 3 weeks. I've been in Texas for 3 weeks.
You don't got one of them accents yet.
Bro, I catch myself saying y'all now. It's like it's amazing because everybody says it. And when I talk to people from out here, I have to make myself not mimic the way they're speaking because I usually do it like mockingly, and now I have to like make sure that I don't do it in general because it's like it's a bad look, Like you don't want to be like talking to somebody and you're like, yeah, all right, and it's like that's fucking offensive to you. Like I promise, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. And I think I got a job today too, which is tight. So yeah.
Oh, congrats.
6-figure earning potential, working from home Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let's fucking go, boys.
Hey. Car enthusiasts for poor people.
You guys act like I sold Range Rovers. You act like these motherfuckers actually thought I was long-term poor. I was short-term poor. I wasn't long-term poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be fun.
I want that work from home potential. Fuck.
And I still
It's
work
just-
on them. I'm still very poor.
You're not very poor. I've seen your car. Get the fuck out of here.
shut up.
So back to the normal routine. What are we drinking? Counterclockwise from my panel. So Chris, what are you drinking?
I have Sazerac Rye.
Just drinking it straight out the bottle.
Straight out the bottle. Right out the
Is
cask.
that
You
the
just-
second bottle?
You just butt chugging it? So it's good.
Yeah, this long neck is for me gripping it.
I thought this song sent long neck bottle let go of my hand, but I guess it was let go of my asshole. Weird.
His butt cheeks can't hold onto the short neck bottle. So
You guys ever practiced Kegels before?
Moving on. Timmy, what are you drinking?
I have some Fire Rock from Kona.
Nice. I've actually been to that brewery. The place is tight.
Dope.
Kyle?
I have a Lagunitas, the Waldos. that
Those
comes
are
out
so
once a year.
good. Yeah, those are so good. Like
Like
13%, isn't? Oh yeah, is it? It's
Triple IPA.
Somewhere.
Shit
Who
hits.
cares?
Yeah.
Ipa.
It hits.
Yeah. Mike, what are you drinking?
Your standard little vodka and LaCroix.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
I have. I'm drinking out of my candle, which is what Chris likes to call it.
I love the candle.
It is Woodford Reserve. I don't know what the actual name of it is, but it's like a 9-year something. It's good. Fun fact: it's hard as fuck to buy liquor out here. Like you have to, because they don't sell it in the grocery stores. You can buy beer and wine in a grocery store, but if you want liquor, you have to go to a liquor store. And the one by my house, because I'm technically in like rural Texas, So the closest liquor store is at a gas station. They wanted $39 for a bottle of Tito's.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Like-
it better be like
Wait,
It was
a
a
handle
handle, which I usually pay $28 for.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
brutal.
I took my bitch ass to Total Wine in Fort Worth and fucking called that a day. Not in my America, motherfucker.
It is
Daddy went shopping.
America.
surprising
this
when
was-
Total Wine has a better priced liquor than a liquor store.
Dude, Total Wine and there's Specs is a spot out here. That's like the everybody goes to that spot. But I'm digging it, man. It's cool out here. I found out there's not one, not two, but 3 racetracks within an hour of me.
That's
not
pretty tight.
including Texas Motor Speedway.
That means there's 4.
Texas Motor Speedway, come to find out, is a little bit more discerning about the shit they let you do. Like, they don't do drift days or anything like that because NASCAR is prestigious motorsport or something.
I'm gonna turn left.
Yeah.
Prestigious.
It's like,
Turn
you guys are
left.
still using
Stupid.
fucking carburetors. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you guys run solid rear axles and something called a wedge. I don't know. Nobody cares.
Something called a wedge.
Like that technology hasn't changed in how many years? I mean, good gosh.
It's literally, dude, I looked it up. So the wedge it's a wedge, and there's a long bolt attached to it, and you take a torque wrench and you shove it down the back of the car, right? And you turn it, and it adjusts how much, like, lean the car has.
What?
Yeah, because the cars lean. When they're on the flat ground, they're fucking set
Yeah.
like this because they're on a bank
Well,
the whole time,
they
right?
saw it and
Yeah.
they're like they dog track.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like tilted, like kind of like this, because they just go around fucking sideways, right? So you're not doing
I guess
this when
that's
you're
true.
driving on the bank. You're driving straight when you're driving on the bank, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like click, 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 and that's it. Whatever, man. Fuck them.
Turn left.
They're having a good time, you know? They're having a fucking good time. Good on them. But I
Hey,
guess they're going to add more. They're going to do more road course shit. Because, like, I guess the ratings go up when they do road course shit. So I'm with that.
Imagine
nice.
that.
Imagine
Great.
people, like, going both directions and having to use the brakes. Weird.
And it handle? Oh my gosh. Oh
Listen,
my gosh.
Listen, if you're going to do 300 miles on a road course in a car with no power steering, like 10.5-inch wheels in the front, 900 horsepower, and it's like 115 degrees in that bitch, I respect. Like, that sounds like it fucking sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Dude,
It
like
sounds
you have
like-
to have just like these mounded shoulders, dude. By the time you're done, because you're just like gripping these shit. All right.
That's why
like,
these
that's
dudes all look
nuts.
like your fucking cousin Buford, bro. They're just fucking big, burly red. Because it's like you're muscle fucking this thing for like 500 miles, dude. It's just like, I'm driving a really fast bus all over the place, you know? It's just like,
Whose
don't know.
cousin is named Buford?
probably somebody around here. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
How far are you
I
from
know.
Coda?
From who?
Coda.
Sir, oh, that's, where is that? Austin? Dallas? It's
Austin.
about 4 hours away.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
bad.
That's not bad. I could go to a race out there. If F1 lets people go, I would go. Or like Trans Am or GT or something like that. Like, I'd go. That'd be fucking fun. That'd be fun. I'd be into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely be down to go do some stuff like that. And honestly, man, it's cool out here. Like, okay, first of all, it is a bitch to register a car out here if you're from that state. It's like, so you have to get it safety inspected.
Yeah.
And it's like, they do check emissions in the sense that they plug into your OBD2 sensor and they make sure all the monitors are running. So as long as you have, like, from what I understand, because I called Snail, and he's like, we leave all the monitors on, we just adjust the parameters so it doesn't throw check engine lights for rich conditions and shit like that. So as long as you have a decent tune from, like, a respected tuner who's not just turning shit off and giving you a send it map, like, it'll work.
Yeah.
But they were like, my taillights, they're like, the guy walks, so I'm sitting there for 40 minutes waiting for this dude to safety inspect my car, right? And he walks up, finally walks out, he goes, yeah, I can't pass this thing. And I go, why? He goes, your taillights are tinted. So you could have fucking told me that the second I drove up here, like, you're going to take the... So I take them off, and I go back 2 days later, and he rolls it in, and they have a little meter where they check your tint. And so, Chris, you remember when you asked me, like, oh, how dark are your windows? And I'm like, oh, they're not even that dark. They're like 30%. It's just because the interior is black. Yeah, they're 15%. So I
Driving around a fucking limo.
and we wonder why I could never see shit at night, right? Like,
Oh yeah, hold
right.
on. So are
Yeah.
you telling me that like you went in the first time and they didn't meter your tint the first time? They waited till you came back with the taillights?
Oh yeah.
well, they
Makes sense that way.
I didn't even make it. The car never made it into the shop the first time. He checked it in the
Oh.
parking lot, and the second time, the second dude who was way cooler than the first dude was like, he got it inside the shop and he kind of set it up, but he like pulled me aside and he was like, "We're not gonna be able to pass this thing either way." And I was like, "What do I owe you?" He's like, "Don't even worry about it. Like, just it's all good."
That's
So
cool.
yeah, so I have to get my windows retinted tomorrow. The 20.
Hey, you know why you got fucked? Because it said California on the fucking plate.
Probably, dog.
That's
Yeah,
why he
yeah.
made you sit there for 40 minutes. Like,
That's
fuck
probably why
this
he's
dude.
fuck this fucking
Coming
guy.
here from
Real
California.
talk.
Like, I'm going to make him wait.
And it's because they just assume you're gonna fuck up everything they love, and it's like I'm not gonna like be. I'm not gonna get into politics. I'm not fucking up your state. That's all I'm saying. Is I'm not gonna. Fuck
Right.
your state, right? I'm not. It's not why I'm here. I just want to buy a house, dog. That's it. I just want to.
Throw my house, own some guns, some cool cars, bro.
That's it,
Like,
dude.
that's
Just
I-
want to be.
it.
Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. We're all good. But
Yeah.
so you're legally allowed to have your windows tinted up to 25% in the front, which is tight. But I would almost rather prefer tint be illegal and them just not check, because that's how it's always worked out for me so far in the past.
Right.
But yeah, so I got to go get my windows tinted tomorrow and then get it safety inspected. Hopefully get that shit done with. And then you have to go to another place and finally register the car. And then I'm allowed to get a driver's license.
What?
You
Yeah.
have to register a car to get a driver's license?
You have to
Oh.
register your car. You have to bring your social security card, your birth certificate. You have to prove residence for 30 days, and you have to have 2 proofs of residence in that spot.
Whoa.
They really don't want you coming here and fucking up their state. I don't know how much I can reiterate. Don't want you fucking up Texas, dude. Like I haven't seen so many
I'm
fucking.
glad you didn't research this ahead of time.
Oh, it's better that way. It's so much funnier that way. You know how many fucking come and take it flags I see just everywhere? Just like,
Oh, my gosh. I bet.
yeah.
I
It's
bet.
like bumper stickers and flags hanging outside of it's fucking great.
Is Texas open carry or no?
Texas is open carry rifle and is
Okay.
right now you can get a CHL, which is a concealed handler's license, and it's not incredibly difficult as long as you're not a felon, right? And you all that kind of shit.
Well, you're out.
Thanks a lot, Timmy. Well, because like in California, you can get one. It's just a giant bitch, right? Like I know Placer is pretty lenient about in perspective of California, Placer's pretty lenient of giving it out.
Right.
Solano County is when I lived in Fairfield is the same way because it's hood as fuck out there, right? So
Yeah.
he'll give them, but like most places in Cali, you're not getting a concealed carry unless you're like a fucking vet or some other kind of shit, right? Like where
Yeah.
you can prove
Or
any
you
kind of
can
reason. You need it,
Jump
right?
through all the hoops. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but out here, as of right now, you can still get them. So once my wife and I get licensed, we're gonna go get CHLs just so we have them.
Right.
Not really sure if I'm gonna carry a strap on me 24/7, but I'd like to have the option because why the fuck not?
You don't always carry a strap on?
That's a different podcast.
Oh.
We don't.
Join us for the 5th hour.
How many inches do you carry?
It's a long barrel.
Am I the only one bringing a short barrel?
You see what had happened was.
Man, I could
Too
fucking
funny.
take that places, but I'm not.
And the mind just keeps turning.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I miss you guys, I miss Cali, but it's good out here.
No, you
And
That's
Well,
It's
drive
like-
back here so we can go on a drive.
fuck
It's time to go
all
drive.
the way the fuck out, cause that shit, bro. Dude, check this shit out. So 25-hour drive, right? Which obviously we didn't do in one shot. We stopped in Albuquerque. So we left California. We got into Arizona, which I lived in Arizona when I was a kid, but I'd never been through northern Arizona. Northern Arizona is tight. It's fucking beautiful, like through Sedona and Flagstaff and all that shit. It's really, really pretty out there. What's not pretty is the 25-mile-an-hour crosswinds for literally 1,000 miles. Like, from the middle of Arizona all the way through Mexico into Texas. We had 25-mile-an-hour crosswinds. So I'm driving through New Mexico in the pitch black because, as we established with Bryce, nobody fucking lives in New Mexico, so there's nothing out there, right?
Right.
Like,
right.
you're just driving through the middle of the desert, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, there's Albuquerque, and Albuquerque's huge, right? Whatever. So, and I had all the computer shit in the car, right? So I had to bring it all upstairs because I was not putting this shit on a big 26-foot trailer and letting some jackwagon drive across the country, right?
Yeah.
But I let somebody do it with my car. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. So I had to basically unload the whole fucking car with the roof rack and everything, bring it upstairs, park it outside, get back in the car, and I drove pretty much the whole way to Albuquerque because Jess just wasn't really comfortable driving with that kind of crosswind and shit with the roof rack on the Outback or whatever. So the next morning she's like, you drove all day yesterday, like, I'll drive. And I was like, cool. We get 35 miles outside of Albuquerque, and we're just talking, we're bullshitting, and I look at the temp. And all of a sudden it's 39 degrees outside. And I look ahead, and then the car's coming this way. And Jessica goes, why is there snow on all those cars? And I was like, oh, they must be coming from another road. She's like, there's no other fucking road. This is the road. Like, this is the only highway. And then it starts raining at 39 degrees. And then there's frost on the ground. And I'm like, pull over. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm like, if you don't want to drive a wind, you don't want none of this heat, cuz, like, get the fuck over.
Yeah.
So we pull off, and I take over. We start driving 10 miles down, full on fucking blizzard, like full on fucking like snow, dude. It's like, what the fuck time? So we drove through that for probably 90 miles of a snowstorm, and then we get out of that, and then we get into Texas, and it's raining like the whole time we're driving through Texas, crosswind, the whole 9 yards. Storms in the South are much scarier to look at than storms in California because there's no mountains, so there's nothing to break up the clouds. They just get huge, right? And you look, and it's flat, and you can see for like 100 miles, and it's just clouds, big angry lightning clouds. And they're like spinning, and you're like, well, and we're like right next to Oklahoma. I'm like, well, we could just get caught in a fucking tornado while we're at it. Who gives a shit, right? so we drive through all this shit. Jude gets an upset stomach. It's a whole fucking thing. And we finally get into Texas, and I shit you not, it's pitch black. It's pouring rain. The roads are sketchy. Truck drivers don't give a shit out here. They're doing 90 miles an hour in fucking semis through here. And we get a mile from my aunt's house we were going to crash, and it starts hailing. Like, quarter-sized hail. And I was just like, fucking whatever, dude. And then we pull up to the light for my aunt's house, and all the weather stops. All of a sudden. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, I don't even care anymore. Get me out of the fucking car. Like, and then we get in the house, and then there's tornado warnings. And I was like, you know what? Just fucking take me, dude. I don't fucking care anymore. I've been in the car for fucking 2 days, dude. Like, I drove 1,700 miles. I don't care. Take me. Fuck it. Take all the shit.
I'm done. I'm done.
But yeah.
Oh my god.
And now we're here. But that's me. What's going on with you guys, man?
No blizzards.
Beautiful sunshine.
Like 70 out right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sunshine's free and weed is legal. Fuck me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Speaking of like legal weed, like I got the answer. When you ask what is this, it's the answer.
I ordered my MPI.
Oh, you did it?
RS3 fuel pump, my bigger map sensor, putt sensor, and a European manifold to kind of put everything back together. So E85 is coming. Unfortunately,
Sweet.
the RS3 pump is on like back order. So I ordered it March 10th, and I'm still waiting.
I mean, you could always like just get a TTRS.
Why, when the Golf is still faster than an S4?
You're keeping both. You're keeping both.
Yo, shots are already fired. Hey, guess what I just realized, guys? Guess what I just realized?
Timmy.
Guess what I just figured out? I never started Craig. So we're just rolling this. We're rolling with single channel audio for our
Wait.
first. We're rolling for our single channel audio. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can
Wait,
make
so we
it
are
work.
recording.
No, we're recording. Like this whole thing's recorded, but I won't be able to like.
Craig,
He
is
He
not
can't go to
here.
like
Start Craig now.
Yeah, I can't balance it. Like what we got is what we got.
Okay.
All right.
So it's fine. But we're recording.
Oh, this is fine. Audio sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I mean honestly,
You
it's,
can't
it's
hear it.
yeah.
Welcome to the Red Match podcast.
Got a good podcast where we started this
Just like
shit
your father.
40 fucking minutes ago.
No, that's fine.
You need to
My
start
nigga.
Craig right now.
No, let's do it.
Back.
Fuck it. They can, these motherfuckers. They'll be fine. Also, I
shit.
heard Timmy broke his car. What?
No,
Timmy
Timmy
did
did
what?
not. Timmy did not break his car. Timmy
I-
spent the best $50 ever.
I heard Timmy tuned his car.
Timmy
Yeah.
tuned his car.
Yeah, so you remember like back in the day when we all had like Hondas and Subarus and stuff, and we're like, oh, those people that
You
chip
mean
their cars are fucking
today?
gay.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm trying to find one for the Skyline, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Bro,
Anyway, go
so there's this this box from the UK called DT UK, and the guy that brought it to the States called it DT Power, and it's like an $800 tuning box that's
Uh-huh.
it's nothing special. It's like super generic, and they run it on basically everything, like fucking trucks, boats, anything that can be tuned, they tune,
Right.
and it just adjusts boost,
Piggyback
and
system.
literally, yeah, it's just a piggyback system. It's after the ECU. I plug one sensor into this boost sensor, and then one sensor into the new boost sensor, or the side boost sensor, and then one sensor into the camshaft side, and it just adjusts cam timing, I guess, and boost. And some guy had it on the forum for like 6 months, and I had never seen it. And then he
Right.
bumped it to the top with the price change to $50, and like I've seen these sold for $400, like tons of times on the forums, and they're 800 new. And I was like, well, fuck it, like it hurts my car, it hurts my fucking car, and then I take it off, like
And send it back and be like, I broke it.
yeah. It took me 10 minutes to install the thing.
I may have done
and-
that.
Yeah, I've been there too with my Subaru.
Yeah, but I got mine for free.
Yeah, fuck you.
Anyway. So have you
But,
dynoed it or just like on the butt dyno? Like, what do you think? What do you
no,
think?
I have not dynoed it. It's supposed to get me an extra 40 pounds of torque. So
Feel like it.
technically, if Chris drove it. Technically, it feels like it. So I'm technically in
That's
the
like
400 torque.
75 cents a torque. Like, that's a pretty good bargain.
Yeah, goddamn, dude. That's the money right there, bro.
It breaks traction on launch control now.
I
So
love
it's-
that. Can we just take a minute to acknowledge the fact that Timmy has objectively the nicest car out of all of us
Mhm.
and does the most hood rat shit out of any of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick the space hugger on the engine, see what happens.
It's like he bought $500 wheels that nobody's ever heard of. He's buying $50 piggybacks on fucking eBay. It's like,
All on
look,
a budget.
Hey,
is that,
you
is that
got-
like
you gotta-
the
you gotta-
equivalent of house poor, but like with a car?
You
Or
got
Audi
you
poor?
got to say this though. Like the mods that he's done, he got a deal on the intake. He bought it used, and I'm impressed. You actually got that dude to send you some money back. Like that is
really
actually
impressive.
I'm impressed with that. I
Hey,
mean, you bought a
$400
piggyback system that normally costs $800, and some dude got tired of looking at his garage and got a screaming ass deal on it.
Yeah.
The wheels, I'm still gonna roast the shit out of you because
Oh,
what the
Fake
fuck?
wheels, dog.
It's like,
Come on.
but okay, here's the thing. They've never been on my car.
That's still impressive.
Yet.
They're literally for the snow. Like I bought them for the winter tires. It was a $1,300 set of winter tires that were brand new that I got for $500, and they came with wheels you can buy from Tire Rack. Oh no. I understand. They're fake. Trust me. Chris knows I'm looking at wheels.
What are you looking
But I
at?
have-
Why does only Chris
It
know?
doesn't matter.
Like what?
You don't. We haven't texted about this. You know the wheel I'm looking at, but I mean, we don't need to. I don't know. Do we disclose it? I don't
If
care.
it doesn't rhyme with Shmee E37, I don't want to hear about it.
It's not. It's basically what I sent you. It's basically a similar wheel to what we just sent.
Dude,
to the
I
weekend drive.
always have loved an Audi though with a BBS, like a good
It's just classic.
clean
It's classic.
clean
That's like
BBS. You lower them
Yeah.
a little bit. I mean, just like, and it just sits right. And
Mhm.
it's
LMs hit different.
dude.
LMs
BBS LMs hit different.
Really
yeah, it's a
different.
classic wheel. Just don't tell that to
Yeah.
Brian Scotto. He's like super anti LM, but whatever. The only fucking Volkswagen dude on the planet who hates LMs, I guess. Whatever. No, BBSs are sick, and I always wanted a pair, like a legit pair, to put on a Subaru because I feel like Subarus get BBSs, but they don't get like the BBSs, right? They get like
Right,
the
right.
Subaru BBSs. That are a set of CCWs, but
Go look what I just sent to the Rev Match podcast. Those are
Daddy
the exact
doesn't have-
wheels I want.
Daddy doesn't have $6,000 for a set of CCWs.
Yeah, well, none of us do.
Oh, those are clean.
Yeah, and I'm thinking gold.
Look at New Speed.
I have seen some new speeds, but
Look
I
at all
got
Freeze. You want some Freeze for that thing?
Yeah,
HREs
for
are
sure.
tight.
For
HREs are
for
tight.
sure. You need something like that where it's like a super filler wheel. Like you can't.
yeah.
Like I feel like if you did like a single spoke something or like a 5 or 6 spoke, it wouldn't look right.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I totally agree. Like, I want TEs, but like in looking at it, I feel like that fits the car more, having that super spokey wheel. And I'm gonna definitely be looking at a 20 because I was looking at 19.
You can't do
the
it.
guy, yeah, the guy that guy I just sent you, he's selling those wheels and he's trying to get me to buy them. And he sent me a picture of a guy that had 19s on it, and it totally doesn't like fill the wheel gap. Like, it just looks bad. It looks too small for the car.
Yeah, no. I
Wait,
definitely. This is what
so
everybody's. This is what
The
Timmy's
wheels
talking
you just
about.
sent us, you're trying to buy right now?
No, I'm trying to buy some brand new ones because we might have the
Oh,
hookup at work now.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Go on. I'm listening.
The new trainer for us, like from Porsche, not for us, like in service, the sales trainer
Uh-huh.
from PCNA is best friends with the HRE marketing manager, supposedly.
Ooh,
Cool.
shit.
He said he was going to send him my envelope.
Well then,
I haven't heard anything yet. It's been 2 weeks.
shocking that somebody with a really important job doesn't want to talk to fucking Timmy at work. So he's a grown man and people call him Timmy? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't technically go by that at work. You know, only the people that know me call me Timmy.
Timothy Carlson.
I wish we had
Ew,
Jimmy.
God, you sound like a grandpa.
That was the point. That
Who
was
the fuck
point.
is Timothy?
Who is Timothy?
Jimothy.
Timothy.
So
We-
it's been a minute. We never got a chance to discuss how close Chris came to buying an Audi.
Oh god.
Oh my God, it was
Oh,
so
yeah.
great because I was like the devil in his ear.
That was like an emotional roller coaster.
Yes!
2 months. 2 months.
I
It was
want
2
to hear
Listen,
months.
all I'm saying is if it was me, I would have closed him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It broke. The audio dip.
I said if it
He
was
said
me,
if
I
it
would
was-
have closed him.
I'm not.
See,
I'm a
you
hard
know-
sell. I'm a hard sell.
but here's the problem, Chris.
Not
If
that
you're
hard.
in
You
a
bought a
car-
Camaro.
Yeah. If,
It's got a
if you-
V8 manual 6-speed.
You know, if you had bought that car, you wouldn't have gotten hit.
Ooh.
No, if he would have bought that
Yeah.
car, he would have gotten hit in the Audi and been super pissed.
No,
I would've
'cause
been
you
stuck,
would have been
stuck.
going faster. You know how slow he drives in the Camaro? He would have been driving faster in the Audi.
But he
Speaking
wasn't-
of, me and Timmy raced with this new tune, and I beat him so bad.
Did you?
All we got the opportunity to try was second
Hey,
gear.
you,
I
you and
raped
me
you
both,
from a dig.
Chris.
Oh, fuck you, Cal.
Wait, Kyle, I get one of those too. I gotta buy 2 car links. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's triangle 5. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
We can all beat Alex. Sorry, I had to make myself feel better.
Jesus Christ.
Well, no, he's in Texas now. He can run like 2 Wu-Tang war whistles on this thing.
I mean, he can run some good shit now. You can run some shit.
So let's talk about how. So
Oh, here it is.
check this shit. So my wife wants a truck. My wife wants a truck. Like my wife really wants a truck for her. She wants a big one, like a big old 250. Like she really wants a Sierra Nadali 2500.
With a come and take it flag.
Yeah, exactly. So
Have to have one.
we're sitting at
Or
the brewery.
camouflage.
We're sitting at the brewery in Roanoke, right? This place Soulfire, which is sick. So if you guys ever come out here, I'll take you over there. And a brand new
Not win. It's win. When we'll come out there.
fuck yeah,
Sir,
a
yeah.
brand new murdered out 2500 Sierra Denali on like 35s rolls by, and she's like, "That thing's fucking sick." And no bullshit, right behind it, C6 Z06 rolls by.
Oh.
And she goes, "I want one of those." And I go, "If you get one of those, can I get one of those?" She goes, "I don't give a fuck."
Oh yes.
You should do that.
And I was
Yes.
like, okay. All right.
Man, one
Wait,
more year
can you
from
say
now,
that
Alex
one
is
more time so I get that recorded real
Exactly,
quick?
No shit. No, my
Do
aunt
it
was
on
there
it
as a
now.
witness.
calling it
Remember
out.
this
1 year
day
from
and
now.
time when you said this?
She thinks I
1
got
year
6
from now,
months
I'm calling
before
it.
it. Yeah, she's
Alex's name's gonna get turned to Bubba. Driving the C6 DF6 around.
dude.
It'll
if I
have
buy-
2 turbos on it too. It'll have 2
Yeah,
turbos
no,
on
and
it.
I'll have like the straw cowboy hat, like not the
Oh,
nice
yeah.
one, like
Oh,
the
God.
straw, but like it's kind of coming apart at the end. Maybe I'll have a
Oh,
mullet.
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I just
He
feel
was
like
a more jean shorts kind of guy.
jorts. Yeah,
Jorts.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a
Jorts.
with barbecue stain on my white T-shirt.
Some
Yeah, for sure.
Birkenstocks. Yeah. Polo shirt tucked in.
Shit.
Fucking Air Monarchs. What are you doing,
Yeah.
Chris? Did we
Responding.
catch you at worship time? Is that what happened?
Hey, you
Yeah.
alright with it, buddy?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, again, I'm still really on the fence. Like the Subaru's not finished, but the roads out here are trash. So it's like,
You might as well go rally mode.
yeah, I know. And I thought about that, and I was looking at the same company that makes lift kits for Outbacks makes a lift kit for STIs. So I
Fuck
was like, kind of like,
Please don't.
but I'm not going to. No, I just drive it like I had to drive lowered shit in LA, which is just like you do a lot of avoiding stuff. You know what I mean? You just kind of like slowly
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, people don't fuck around out here. Like this, the speed limit is 70. You got semis doing 90, like driving up your ass. Like, why are you in front of me doing 90? So you're just on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been looking at some stuff. I just don't know. I'm really torn. Like I want to finish the car. Like I have an idea of what I want it to be in my head, and I want it to get there. But at the same time, it's like, do I want something faster? Do I want to try? I don't know. We got tons of other shit. I gotta buy a house before I do anything. So that's where
You
we're
got
at.
stuff
Right now.
faster. Buy golf.
Yo, that Golf R though.
You know, I think me and
You
Alex
should've
should
put
both
that,
buy
man,
matching
please.
golf R's. Not matching. Like I'll buy a blue one and you buy a.
What'd you say, Kyle?
Purple one.
Please just buy a golf R.
Dude, the new one is so fat. Like,
It is.
wow, Lauren looks different.
The more I-
That's my
what happened to her? Where'd her hair go?
Her face, apparently.
She looks so pretty. She looks
So
super
pretty.
Oh, pretty.
You look pretty.
Who the
Hey,
fuck was that, your brother?
But for real, the
Yeah.
the Golf R8, man. I mean, the more I look at that car, the more I start to like it. And then the beginning of it, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, it looks ugly. But the more that you see guys posting like cars, the Golf 8 on the road.
Yeah.
And, there's a company overseas right now. They're tuning it, and it. I thought the Mark 7, Mark 7.5 were tuned monsters. Like the Mark 8s are just as great. Like guys are getting stupid horsepower out of them. There's a company that's releasing big turbos for them already. Like
Yeah, there's going to be a ton of
insane.
support for him, and it's going to be
Yeah.
it's going to be nasty. So what I figured out about like visual inspections out here is you have to keep EGR on. You have to have cats. They don't have to be factory cats, but you have to have cats on it. So just high flows, right? You just put fucking high flow
Yep.
cats on it, whatever. But other than that, like, it's kind of whatever. So, I mean, I'm a sucker for a really clean interior, and the interior on that car is fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, it looks great.
That digital dash is like,
the only thing that I don't like is that little shifter.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm
Yeah.
getting a manual. The R comes in a manual, right?
no.
No,
I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
I already
I mean,
have an
I
automatic
think
car.
I think the GTI comes in a manual.
It might come in a man. Actually, I might be wrong on that, Timmy. No, all I know is that the U.S. is getting one trim level. That's it, fully loaded. The only Golf R you'll be able to buy in the States is everything, right? Which
I
is
mean,
fine.
that's probably how I'd want it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably going to be like 50 grand.
They're
That's
saying
not how I want it.
I sent Timmy. They're saying about 47.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like I want like a 3-year-old Cayman S with a CPO warranty for the same price.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you like dudes, but which is there's nothing wrong with liking dudes. There's nothing wrong with liking dudes. You and
It's
your
2021, dude.
hairdresser
Like whatever
boyfriend
you want.
can you go drive your Cayman up the
Apparently,
coast.
you traded in for the other team. I saw him back there. So
Oh,
did?
true. You did.
you did.
That's his brother,
I
which
traded.
makes this weird because he should be in Texas. Ayo.
Ew.
That's Alabama.
I wonder.
that's right.
I wonder how long the GTI will run and the R will run though, because what didn't Volkswagen commit to 100%
Yeah.
electric cars by
They did.
2025?
Mm-hmm.
They did. Yeah. That's
Dude,
was
Dave
saying-
told me that Audi is committing with that as well.
They're all gonna do it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
They're all gonna do it. Mercedes has already stopped development on their internal combustion engine program like last year.
it's like the way of the future. And I
Oh.
just got EV certified
Congratulations.
to work on the iPace, man. Like, so it's seriously the way of the future.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Either you embrace it or you don't. It's gonna phase a lot of guys out.
I'll take an e-tron RS one of
I
these
mean,
days.
yeah, they're sick. I mean, do you like that electric truck company, that Ace Motors or
Oh,
whatever?
yeah.
That, like,
Yeah.
Let me try and find this thing.
Time for another beer, Dirk.
The
Fuck.
Let me try and find it. I mean, everything that these guys have designed. What the fuck is the name of this? Is it Ace or is it something else?
No idea.
Oh, dude.
Could you imagine what motorsports is going to sound like? You're just no more of like, yeah, right? It doesn't. I just.
No, you know what's gonna happen? This is gonna be like the way of the future. You're gonna like walk around with headphones on, and like as like cars
Alpha
go by,
motor.
like, microchips,
Uh-huh.
and it'll be like in your headphones.
It's gonna go.
Oh.
Gay.
So this is. So if you guys want to go on your browsers, because I haven't set up screen share, go to alphamotorinc.com, and then you scroll down to vehicle. You go to vehicles, and it's the Wolf. So I'm gonna put this up so everybody that's watching can see it. And anyway, I sent this to the driver chat, and I fucking love this thing. And I love the way this company designs cars because they do all the shit that you like. Wish this just looks like a lifted
Looks like
Datsun truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's sick. And
What
then
is
if
it
you,
called?
it's so you go to alphamotorinc.com, and it's the Wolf.
Dude, look at the little thingy. The
That totally explains it. Thanks, Timmy. Please go on.
Oh yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
green one. The green one.
The Ace or the
Sure.
Ace P, the Ace PE.
I'm confused.
No, that's not the one. No, it's the Jax. Never mind. Yeah, that thing's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they built a safari car, and you can
Yeah,
just go
dude.
buy an electric safari car.
A little Alpha is actually kind of cool looking.
Dude, click
Dude.
at the Ace PE. So that's their like performance variant, right?
Uh-huh.
It's like a little British sports car with over fenders, and like the interiors are super nice. It has door.
R
pulls,
triple
dude.
eights.
It has door pulls, dog. It doesn't even have door handles. It has door pull.
Wait,
Dude,
so
I
is this
like
real?
that.
Yeah, they're making these cars. This is
Yeah.
coming.
This looks so good on my widescreen monitor.
So
Yeah,
here's the
mine
cool thing:
Oh.
the Ace PE, which is like the top of the line thing. All right, listen. It does 300 miles to a charge. It's all-wheel drive. Does 0 to 60 in like I think it says like 4.6. So it's not stupid fast, but it's 50 grand. It's not even
Wow.
like dumb expensive. It's not. No, it's not dumb expensive. So for like a quick, fun daily,
Dude, like, it's not fucking like fender flares. Like,
Yeah, it's fucking sick as
Yeah.
fuck.
oh my god!
I mean,
would
like,
drive the fuck out
yeah,
of
exactly.
that.
That's what I'm saying. Like the shit, like the interior.
The only problem with what's coming with electric cars is the infrastructure. How are
Put
they
your
gonna
put your
support-
mic back to your face.
The only problem is with all this that's coming is my bad.
Yeah.
Is infrastructure. Like, how are they going to support all of this stuff?
They won't. We don't have chargers for any of this.
No, we don't.
But when the vehicles
Invest
were
now.
on the when the
Invest
vehicles
now.
are on the road, exactly. You invest in those companies that are going to make those charging systems, and it will come. Like it'll come. It'll have to come. Like you'll s-
Everybody's doing it, dude. Jaguar's going full electric. They're getting rid of all their combustible
you're,
engines.
all of the oil companies are going to get in bed with all of these electric construction companies, and they're going to you've already seen, like, is it BP that started putting electric chargers at their gas stations?
Yep. 100%.
So it's coming. They're already making the transition. They've kind of given
Yeah.
up on the idea that they're going to be able to ride oil out forever, and they've got the money to do it. So they're just going to do it, and they'd rather wrestle it out of the hands of Elon Musk and make their own fucking money,
Raffling.
and you know what I mean, than let him do his own thing. So I mean, it'll come. Like, I'm not really concerned about the infrastructure. And here's the thing: if your daily commute is less than 300 miles, who gives a shit? Charge it at your house.
Right.
Right? Like that's really what it boils
Yeah.
down to.
Well, yeah, 100%. And I mean, I remember when I was at Porsche, I remember we went to a training event in LA, and it was on the new Panamera Hybrid that was coming.
Uh-huh.
And the amount of thought that they were putting into the technology and what they were showing us, like the idea of what is coming. I mean, like legitimately, they have an entire Porsche system that's going to come, and they're going to install it in your house. And it will actually, if you own the car, it will actually be able to swap batteries out by hand. Literally take a battery
I've
out
seen this shit. Yeah.
and put it in your car, and take the battery out of your car and put it back in there, and then it'll recharge it.
hmm
And then what it does is it holds the charge, and the city needs power. It will actually sell power back to the city.
What?
It will actually almost alleviate
This
your
shit's gonna
bill.
be in every home in America, dude.
That's
It
dope.
will almost alleviate your electric bill. Essentially, is what it'll do.
What you're what you're gonna see is you're gonna see these utility companies shift their focus to monetizing chargers, right? Charging you for kilowatt hours, right? Whatever. You put your card in when you start, you plug your car in, and then it has your card information. Whatever you use by the time you unplug, they'll make money there, right? Because you're gonna see power walls in every house in America. You know what I mean? Because
It's already there. Yeah, it's already there.
yeah,
Right.
and it won't be. I mean, we'll be old by the time this thing really completely clicks over. And gas cars are not go as we know them now. They're not going anywhere.
Nope.
Right, but you can still have your Camaro in the garage, and you'll be able to drive it until the day you die. But 95% of the vehicles that you see on the road in 20 years will probably be electric. And
Yeah,
your gas car will be your weekend car. It'll be your toy. It'll be your race car. It'll be this, that, whatever. But it's. I mean, listen, in where you guys are at right now in California, you're in the next 4 years, you will not be able to buy a new gas car,
That's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
quote unquote.
Theory.
I mean, I
yes.
think they're going to push it. I honestly think it's going to get
They're-
pushed, and I don't think it's going to be because of state legislature or even federal legislature. The people that make the cars are on it.
Yeah.
That's what they've
Yeah.
decided they're doing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter what the law is.
Yeah.
They're like
100%
because you don't want to be behind the ball,
curve.
right? You don't want to be selling gas cars up until the point to where even if it's 2035 instead of 2025, the federal government says you can't sell that anymore, and then you're caught with your pants down and you don't have a product for the next 10 years and your company sinks, right? So fuck it. This is the way the world's going. We're going to get ahead of it.
Dodge kind of said.
Dodge is
Like,
barely
but-
holding on though, bro.
Yeah. Dude, that's another.
Dodge kind of said, "Fuck you. We're gonna put a Hellcat engine in a minivan."
Yeah,
Yes.
I hope they do that.
Yeah.
I really
You
hope
saw
they
that?
do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
No,
Damn thing.
it's a thing.
No, I've
It's
seen
real.
the
Also-
render, but are they doing it? Are they like actually gonna do it? Like, because if they actually do it, I'll push Van. I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
Me
they're
too.
barely holding on, right? Dodge is barely holding on, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, like literally, the
mean-
Charger and the Challenger are keeping Dodge afloat. They have 3 cars right now. They have a
Yeah.
Charger, a Challenger, and a fucking
There's-
van.
They're
I
still,
feel like
they're still doing push rod port injection. Like,
Yeah.
if it's not fucking broken, don't fix the damn.
I mean,
thing.
listen,
So,
they're
Right.
running at this point. They're running a 20-year-old Mercedes chassis.
Yeah.
With a 50-year-old, well, not a 50-year-old engine, but I mean, it's essentially like a fuel-injected 50-year-old engine, right?
Mhm.
And they're just like, it's like fucking Dave's hot sauce. I put that shit on everything, right? Oh, that gets a Hellcat engine. That gets a Hellcat
Right.
engine. But like,
it works.
it works for
Yeah.
now.
Correct.
right.
I mean,
Like,
they'll just release a note, an electric model called the Thundercat or something, like 800 horsepower. I mean, let's be real.
Thundercat, yeah.
Show me the way. Yep.
But the problem is you're already behind the 8 ball. Like there's already
But
companies that have
Chrysler in
already.
general is behind the 8 ball.
Well, that's
But what
nothing
if they're
new.
not? What if it's all just a show?
Okay, all right. Listen, you've been watching that
Let me
QAnon
go-
documentary, haven't you?
Let me go grab my tinfoil hat real quick.
Right, fuck. The storm is coming. I'll go grab my umbrella.
Right.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll wait. I'll put it to you like this: my neighbor still has a Trump flag up. It's like, bitch, it's April.
Just April.
It's like,
You're like I get the point, but like, come on.
yeah,
now.
I understand where you're coming
Yeah.
from, but like that ship is sailed, cousin. You know what I mean? The funniest part was when I noticed he had a Trump flag out front. He was teaching his kid how to play baseball, and I was like, "Gonna teach him to be a sore loser, huh? All right."
Oh no.
Moving on. So
Oh.
no, I just I mean, Dodge in general, Stellaris as they're called now or whatever, right? Because they changed. It's not Fiat Chrysler. It's because it's them.
Yeah.
And isn't it Peugeot now too? Which we were supposed to get
I-
Peugeot, which is also not happening anymore. We're not getting Peugeot
I
anymore.
think so. Yeah.
Chrysler has one car. It's the Pacifica. It's the only car they sell.
They don't sell the 300 anymore?
No. Dodge they killed the Caravan. So the Caravan's gone. So it's the Charger and the Challenger, as far as I know. You can't get a Dart anymore either, right? I don't think you can buy those anymore.
I don't think that's done too.
Jeep is fine, obviously, because it's fucking cheap, right? They're doing great. But I think that, I mean, there's an electric Wrangler coming out. Like,
So currently on Dodge's website, you can get a Charger, a Challenger, a Durango, a Journey, and
I
a
forget
Grand.
okay, I
What's
forgot
the
about the
Journey?
Journey.
What's
The Journey is
still
like
around?
sort of like a Grand
Journey's
Caravan,
like-
but not.
Yeah, it's like a wannabe
What's-
Jeep.
What's the one that's coming out? The like Grand Wagoneer or something?
That's the Jeep. Yeah, that's the Jeep. Well, no, that's an old name. Though. That's an old
Really?
name.
Yeah,
So
Jeep,
really,
Jeep
it's
Grand
all-
Wagoneer. Yeah.
No, go
Jeep
look up
Grand
like a
Wizard.
'78 Grand Wagoneer. Like they're dope.
I mean, they literally offer, I'm pretty sure, an SRT version in all of these, other than the Journey. I
Other than the
think.
Journey and the van, other than the vans, you can get an SRT everything. You can get a fucking Rango with a Hellcat engine now. Like they don't give a fuck,
Yeah, you
dude.
can.
Right? I mean, and it's cool. Like it's fucking cool. But like those are the dudes that are gonna ride it out to the very end, and they're gonna get caught completely with their pants down. Like they're exactly what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Dodge is gonna be the one that gets completely fucking boned because I don't think they have the money, or maybe they just don't give a fuck, or maybe there's some long game with Peugeot where they're just like, we're gonna buy electric chassis and slide that shit under our cars for 20 years. Who knows? Like I don't know what the fuck
Maybe.
their plan is.
Thundercat, man. Thundercat.
This motherfucker's trademark it.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Buy it now, kid. Buy it now.
But I mean, I for better or for worse, dude. Like that's what it is, right? And
Yeah.
if you're a gearhead, my biggest advice to you right now, if you have a dream car, figure out a way to buy it.
Yeah,
Just
Mike did.
Mike did the smart thing, and it's already paid off. Look, he's already increased in value by like what 15 grand or some shit, some stupid shit like that. So if it's something you really want and your significant other and finances allow, fucking pull the trigger, dude, because give it 10 years and it's going to get so much harder. Like R34 prices, by the time we can get R34s, you think it's bad now, dude. Just wait.
They're
Here,
stupid now.
here's a prime example right now. So I'm always looking for parts, checking shit
Yeah.
out, right? So, Japanese website. There is a OEM Nissan N1
NoticeMeSenpai.com. Anyway, go ahead.
block, bare engine block,
Mhm.
motherfucker. Right now, you can buy for an R34. This thing is literally $33,000. $33,000 for a fucking long block.
It's gonna get to the point where buying like a custom
For a
billet.
long block?
For a
That's
long block.
fucking nuts.
It's gonna get to the point where buying a custom billet long block from like PRP is gonna be less expensive than finding an old factory block.
No,
Fuck.
that well, okay, so that is in their defense. That is OEM stock, never been in a car, never. That is
Yeah, it's a
out
crate
of
motor.
Nissan. Yeah, it's crate motor. So I mean that's one thing, but like even right now, I'm looking at R34 headlights, dude. I used to see these things for like $500 a pair. They're selling them brand new right now for $1,250 per headlight.
Because they'll get it.
Like they'll get it. Like
Because they're about to hit a whole new market, right? Every
Oh, yeah.
country that didn't get one, mainly us, mainly America, because we want them forever.
Yeah.
You're gonna have rich dudes that grew up watching Paul Walker, always wanted
It's
one,
already
and
happening.
hustled where they can
Already.
afford
Oh,
a
God.
$350,000 car, and they're gonna buy one. Right? They're gonna fucking buy one, and it's gonna drive the cost up of all these parts because they don't make those parts anymore. Not all of them. They make some of them, but and it's like I mean, like so the brick Sylvia headlights, the triple projector headlights for S13s,
Yep.
those have been on the rise since like I had my S13s. Those were $350 a headlight 9 years ago.
They're
It's
dumb
a fucking-
expensive.
And it's just Sylvia. Those were fucking hella common over there, right?
Yeah.
Like they made a bunch of those things. Sylvia
Yeah.
K's, Sylvia A's, all that shit. It's supply and demand, dude. But I mean, the cool thing is that like, it's like Toyota now. You can buy like damn near every part for a Mark IV Supra brand new in box,
Yes, you can.
right? And Nissan's doing the same thing with R32s and R33s. You can buy brand new
sir.
parts. And if you go to certain Nissan dealerships, like the big one back where I grew up was Performance Nissan,
Mm-hmm. You can
they
get them.
they would source the parts. You could get brand new in box. Like I needed a power brace for my S13, which is like the front subframe brace,
Mhm.
and they could get you a brand new one. And so you'll see shit like that, and that's the cool thing about Toyota and Nissan is that while they're kind of shitting the bed, not so much Toyota, but Nissan is shitting the bed with like performance cars these days.
Mhm.
They understand that people love their shit, their old
Yep.
shit, right?
Yeah.
So my only hope is that they all go that way. You know,
Well-
Honda's obviously been on top of it forever. So
Oh yeah, I mean, and like, so I was watching a video the other day that was, its title is R33 GTR 2.8 liter stroker. It's a
Mhm.
modern HKS race car, right? So this is the car that was actually in Gran Turismo. It's got the HKS logos and everything down the
Yeah.
side. So this is literally car one, like that Nissan built. This is their development card. They gave it to HKS. They pulled it apart, ripped it apart as soon as they got it, redid all this stuff. And this guy bought it. And like the whole interesting about the video is that this just speaks volume of what's to come. This guy's garage literally has this R33, has a Fed legal R34. He had a Lamborghini that had 1,700 horsepower. He had an all original 98 Integra Type R.
sick.
And all of a sudden you look down this road and it's like all of these black just mint fucking cars.
So sick.
This dude is like no older than us, maybe in his early 40s, and he pays cash for all this shit.
Mhm.
And that's what's going and driving this market that we're about to see with these fucking cars. Like,
Yeah.
and that's gotta be crazy.
Yeah, and
Like-
it's like I said, man. If you want something, like we went to go have lunch, and I saw a shock yellow Camaro ZL1 1LE. I don't know if you guys have seen shock yellow. Man, fuck you. Still smoke your shit. Anyway,
I look better
huh?
back behind him. I still look better back.
Yo, real talk,
Let me
though,
turn
like,
on my massaging seats for my loss.
I don't give a fuck. I got bald eagles. So, no, but for real, if you ever want to have your mind blown, just go look up Nürburgring lap times and then look up the Z011LE and then look at all the shit it smoked. It's
Yep.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
the-
it's dumb.
That shit hits way above its weight class. But I see a Shark Yellow Z011LE, big old stupid wang, canards, the whole 9 yards, and I was like, dude, if I don't get one of those fucking things in like the next 3 to 4 years, I'm never gonna be able to get one. Because
Yeah.
the price will the value will just go up because you can't buy anything like that anymore, right?
There's an
Especially, like-
orange one that lives on the corner of my street.
yeah, but orange is
It's
Whack.
yeah, it's ugly, dude. Fucking ugly.
yeah, but and it bums me out, like, right? Because I grew up wrenching on shit, so it's a bummer. And I think, like, I've gotten my hands dirty on every single car that I've owned since I was 18.
Mhm.
I don't know how to work on an electric car. There's nothing to work on an electric car, right? Oh, I did my brakes.
You do
Because
tires.
Yeah, because the car had 50,000 miles on it and it finally needed brakes.
Right, exactly.
It's a weird feeling, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's like a
grew
weird
around this stuff since young,
Yeah.
you know.
But I
We're
think
just that generation that's running into that transition, and it sucks.
and it's like somebody that likes drifting, it's like a weird spot because it's like so many of these chassis are just getting shredded. Like, drifting's rad as fuck, and I want to build a drift car. I mean, it's like I've wanted to build one since I got rid of my last one, which was a little bit more than like a clapped out fucking 240 with decent suspension on it that I would get sideways here and there, right? Whatever. But it was like, out the other side of me is like, dude, we're just beating shit up and we can't replace it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's starting to. It's getting closer and
It's
closer together,
the-
but not being there.
the walls are closing in. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, so it puts me in this point where I'm like, well, like, let's just buy something that's like nobody gives a shit about, like 5th gen V6 Mero, get it cheap, and then just swap something into it, right? Because the chassis is fine. You can get Wisefab front ends for it and all types of shit. And it's like, nobody cares if I fucking smash a Gen 5 Mero. These are, you know what I mean? If I wreck a 240, I'm gonna be pissed. Because it's like, well, I can't even fucking replace this thing anymore. And all it was
Yeah.
some bullshit sports car with a truck engine in it. You know, what's happening?
Timmy's dog wants out. he's like, please let me out.
I gotta go, bro. I gotta go.
Set
Your
me
lazy
free,
ass
human.
up, Timmy.
Looks like Timmy's boyfriend got a hold of the back of that tank top, huh? Oh.
Right?
Get over here.
Finish him.
Oh, hey, Timmy.
Finish him.
Goddamn girls.
Oh my god.
Finish on him.
Fuck, dude.
No,
That's
but
so
you're
fun.
right, dude. I like, and like, what's crazy is like, as the more like I start diving into all this shit, like, I don't even technically what this website's called. It's Trust.
Yourmom.com.
No, it's like a
Oh.
Japanese word. Like, I don't know what it is.
Trust your
But
dad will
li-
be back.
Trust current. I'll send it to you. But like, they literally like, they'll import an entire fucking quarter panel for you, or like they have a Yahoo auction. You can literally buy a clapped out shelled R32 and rebuild it if you want to. Like,
Yeah, but that's such
Right
like
here.
a monumental expense. Like, trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
put a
Oh,
car,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
like all, and that's what's crazy is like cars like that where like you could save that car that would cost you, 5 years ago 25 grand. It's gonna cost you 50 to 60.
So
Like,
here's
and
a,
that that's what's
here's
gonna
a-
kill that.
here's an interesting question. As dudes who all drive our shit, and to the meme that was posted in the chat the other day, drive it like we forget we can't afford to rebuild the engine.
Right.
Mhm, that was good. That was really good. I giggled.
Yeah, but Chris, your car just doesn't start. That's a different story.
Your car still doesn't start. We'll get back to this. At what
Jeez.
point, with the wall, with electric cars closing in, and I'm not even really upset about it. I don't have a huge issue with electric cars. I think they're cool in their own way, right? They're different, but like
Right.
instant fucking torque is rad. And if more of them sound like the Taycan, like that thing sounds sick. It sounds angry as fuck when you get on it. Like I know it's fake.
Yeah.
I don't. The feeling is the same. I'm getting thrown in the seat. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking into it. But at what point do you start preserving cars and not beating the shit out of them because you can't replace them anymore? Which is like everything that everybody I know is against, right? Like I'm full. Like as if you ask me right now, like, oh, if you buy a '69 Camaro, what are you gonna do? Fucking donuts? Like, that's what I'm gonna
Right.
do. You know what I mean? Beat the shit out of it, dude. That's what it was built
Yeah.
for. But 10 years from now that car's holy fucking Christ. Now that car is 70 years old or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that hurt a little bit.
That's true.
I mean,
It's true though. Like
right?
that's a
It's
fact.
Oh, it's
Like,
it's a 61-year-old car. Even still, that's fucking.
even
old.
still, that's
A
old
lot-
as shit.
it's all-
I mean, Mike's car is 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
right.
It doesn't feel that old.
So I mean, like having this conversation now about like just the market being driven so fucking high in prices, and like, does it make it viable to like Duracell swap Mike's R34 once that motor goes, or like Duracell swap my
This-
El Camino?
No, dude. No, hey, listen. Real talk. There's a company out there, and they make electric powertrain full chassis that you can drop classic car bodies on. I think it's
Really?
Zero Motors or
Yep.
something like that. Yeah, they do it for Broncos.
What?
They do it for
Oh,
Broncos.
no.
They do it for A and B body Mopars. They do it for.
It's happening.
They do it for.
Fuck.
They do it for Maros. They do it for all types of shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, hear me out, okay? Would you rather that car get, because the sheet metal, you can reproduce the sheet metal forever, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a name of a company. They make body panels for these cars, right? It's not hard to get your hands on a '69 quarter. You don't need a donor car. You can buy a new quarter panel. You can buy a new fender.
Right.
You can buy a new hood. You can buy a new roof. You can buy damn near a whole new body, right? Would you rather see the car on the road in some way, shape, or form at all
Yeah, but
versus
I mean,
being what it was?
Just going.
yes and no. Yeah.
Well,
You're
okay.
looking- when you see
Okay,
that classic thing,
or
like,
But
you
in Alex's
hear it going,
defense, hold on.
No,
Hold on.
I hear you. Trust me. Like I get
But
it.
in Alex's defense, and now that I'm on the independent side of this world, I run into this more often than you think. Currently, I'm working on a 1996 Cadillac Seville.
Holy shit! Talk
Did
about
I-
your pieces of shit. Anyway,
It's not bad.
Holy
It's owned by an
potato.
older it's owned by an older lady. She actually has
Of course
maintained
it
it. It's clean. It's
the
clean.
only
It's a
two
clean
people
car.
that drive '96 Cadillac DeVilles are old ladies and drug dealers. Anyway,
Well, yeah. But at the same time, she needs an ABS electronic module. Nobody makes it anymore.
you can only buy a
You
Reman.
can't get you can't buy you can't buy a reman. You have to buy a used one. Like you can't get this part
and wing it and
anywhere
pray it, yeah.
but used.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to run into more and more and more as these cars get older. Manufacturers are going to stop producing gasoline parts.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And you're going to rely on the aftermarket world where now I look at the aftermarket world. You know how many times I've had to order a fucking power steering pump for a Corolla from 3 aftermarket companies because
Yeah.
nobody can get their shit right?
Right.
Like that's not a uncommon
Sustainable.
thing.
It's not.
It's
It's not a
like-
sustainable thing. Like,
But
it's
at
not-
the
No.
same time, as technology gets better, I mean, aftermarket companies will hopefully get better. Maybe, who knows? But like that technology is going to die off eventually to where you can't reproduce it
no,
anymore.
the only thing you're
Yeah.
going to be able to consistently get parts for are hero cars,
right.
right?
Yeah.
You're for OG muscle cars, modern muscle cars, right? Like Z01 1LEs and Hellcats and shit like that. Like I have no doubt that you'll be able to get quality parts for those type of cars. Mustang GT350s, Mustang GTs even, right? Like I don't have any concern that those cars will be protected because people love
Right.
those cars and they're going to want to keep them on the road. But everything else, dude, nobody gives a
Like-
shit about a Toyota Corolla
Mhm.
unless it's a Hachi, right? Nobody gives a shit about that thing. Nobody gives a thing about a Nissan Micra. Get the fuck out! Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody
Why?
cares.
Why would I say it?
Because Vince did a front wheel burnout and won 30 fucking years ago. I'm supposed to, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it was cool,
Was it though? Was it though?
right?
I know it just kind of sucks that it's like, I mean, it sucks, but it's kind of cool at the same time that we're on that cusp of like
Yeah.
You know,
It's the nerd in me is excited for, like, I've seen a fully electric converted, like, dual powertrain, damn near 900 horsepower, like 1300 fucking foot-pound of torque, electric 69 Marrow. It's fucking
Jesus.
sick. It's fucking sick, dude. Like,
Yeah.
because it doesn't need a grill, right?
right?
So you have this crazy, like, billet aluminum block-off panel with LED headlights in it, and, like, the interior is all brand new and, like, digital dash and all this shit. And it's like somebody brought your granddad back and turned him into the fucking Terminator. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
Fuck yeah.
I mean, but
It's true.
so that part is cool. But at the same time, to Kyle's point, I'm like, that thing used to go and sound like it was gonna stall every fucking 5 seconds. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
and then it
Big-ass
would just light them up and make all the noises and the pops and the flames and the whole fucking 9 yards, and you're gonna lose all of that. They'll still do
Daddy,
burnouts.
what's gasoline? Grandpa, what's gasoline?
Exactly. So we used to burn dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's sad. It's really sad. But it is. It's to your point. It's the cusp. It's like the changing of the guard. Like, the world is changing. And I feel like maybe this is what our forefathers felt like when fuel injection became a thing. I don't know.
You ever fucking
You're taking my goddamn carburetor.
This is bullshit. Gosh damn it.
Look at all these
Shit.
fucking wires. You got more
You gotta-
wires under the hood, and I got my whole goddamn car.
I mean, also,
you
fuck
gotta-
rebuilding a carburetor. Fuck all that.
Well, you got OBD1, right? OBD2 phased a lot of old guys out, right?
Mhm.
When computer
Yeah.
systems started taking over.
Well, OBD1 was a
vehicles.
shit show for one. That
Right.
was like, how many
And then-
times did the
and-
light blink? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to.
3 times slow, 6 times fast, and then 6 times slow. It
honk
meant
twice
you
if you're in
have low
Milwaukee.
blood
Yeah, we
pressure.
get it.
Right. You gotta do it. You gotta do a dance, turn around.
Exactly.
Jump around the car or shit. But electric cars are going to do the same thing. It's going to phase a lot of guys out. Nobody's going to work on them, or they're scared, right?
Well, I mean, they can fucking kill you if you do something wrong. So,
Right. If you're stupid, right? Because it's going to take the stupidity out of shit, right? Because there's
yeah.
going to be a lot of guys.
there'll be no more bad mechanics because they'll all be dead.
Zap. Zap, zap.
So
There's gonna
one
drop.
one more pro, one huge pro to electric
One
cars.
huge
No
pro.
more bad mechanics.
You got a point. You got a point.
Chris, make a clip of this. Make a clip of this. This is perfect.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where, as a mechanic, right? They're a little dramatic on the Land Rover side about working on full electric cars. But I understand. I mean, you're working with 400 volts and 240 amps or something like that, whatever it is.
Enough to kill you, for sure.
Yeah, right. So, like a half an amp will actually send you into cardiac arrest.
Right.
So if you're not actually paying attention to what you're doing, then it's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna turn the flat rate system over.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've even talked to my manager where it's like, when I start working on a full electric car, I'm not flat rate. You're gonna pay me hourly.
Yeah.
Right. And Tesla's already done that. Tesla's already
Yes, they have.
started providing their own tools, and they already started paying their own techs hourly. And that's the way the industry is going to go. Like, for me, it kind of sucks. I'm not going to be able to make, potentially 6 figures a year,
Right.
right? If they start paying you hourly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and that was the whole thing about being a good technician, right? It's like, oh, this job calls for 6 hours. Well, I can do it in 3. So line me up a couple of fucking oil changes and a brake job after that shit, right? And I'll just fucking bang through it.
Right.
And
Working on EV thing, it's going to change the world, because you're going to have to actually understand and comprehend, and critical thinking is going to be a real thing, and it's going to turn a lot of technicians that work for, like Honda is a cakewalk to work on combustion engines and versus Land Rover, but it's going to take a lot of technicians and make them actually think
Make them
instead of
actually
being
technicians.
right. Because there's times where I'm working on a car and I'm in straight autopilot mode, like brakes, services,
Yeah,
easy
it's gravy.
water pump.
Stuff
Gravy,
you've done
gravy
how
mode,
many
yeah.
times?
Mike, Kyle, can you pull your mic to your face a little bit? Kyle, you put your mic
What's
in a
that?
little bit. Put your mic
Oh,
closer to your
sorry.
face. There you go.
So it's gonna change the industry as a whole. Like not even as a consumer, it's gonna change them as people who repair them. And
Mhm.
let's be honest, like when these cars are out of warranty, most cars are gonna be 100,000 10-year warranty, right? Because for
Which is
batteries,
crazy. Yeah.
which is insane, right? But when these cars are out of warranty, nobody's gonna want to repair them. They're just gonna buy another one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna
right?
crash
It's like a
it.
cell
So
phone. It's like a
it
fucking cell
does.
phone. Yeah.
It's like a cell
Oh,
phone.
the
It's like
cell
technology,
phone.
right? So you're gonna buy a car. It's gonna be out of warranty, or like unless you're like baller status, fix it. I love my car. Nobody's gonna do that. It's gonna be throwaway shit, right?
No,
So
Yeah.
like
listen.
your
The emotional.
television
Yeah. Just the
like your
emotional
tele
attachment is going to be
is gone,
non-existent. Yeah. Like,
right? No,
and
nobody's
that's
gonna be
already.
attached to anything.
Well,
Yeah,
that's already
Oh,
happened. Like, what? Well, here,
it's
let me
already
ask you a
happening.
question.
It's been happening
Forever.
for years now, right?
Hey, Chris, let me ask you a question. How much do you give a fuck about a 458 right now? Not at all, right?
Mm-mm.
How much do you give a shit about a Gallardo right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
But what if I said Huracan?
Oh, yeah, way better.
Exactly. Okay, there's my
way
point.
more better.
Right.
Do you give a fuck about a Murcielago or an Aventador? Murcielago maybe because you can get it with a 6-speed and one to kill you. So that's a
Sure,
bad
yeah.
example. But
Yep.
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying?
It,
But when I say
it,
Gen 5 Mero ZL1, Gen 6 Mero ZL1, right? But because the
Right.
technology, once the technology is outdated, right? Because you think about it, you're like, oh, well, the interior's old and the screen doesn't do CarPlay and it doesn't do this and it doesn't do that and there's no emotional attachment. But you say, oh, Ferrari Daytona. That thing's stupid as fuck. It's not really fast anymore, but it's got that. It's analog, right? The
Yeah.
analog, the visceral part is what. That's why we all love old
What?
Japanese shit so much, right?
I mean,
Because
that is the
The-
GTR, 100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The average consumer, who actually enjoys their vehicle, the emotional detachment is going to go away. Like, the enthusiast, I think, is going to slowly die off, right?
which is
You're
really
just gonna-
sad.
You like iRobot, right? Like you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
your
yeah.
car and it
Yeah.
fucking drives you somewhere, and everything's planned out, right? Your car already knows where you're going. It's going to drive you.
Yeah, it's like you don't
It's
give a
gonna be
fuck
another
about the
thing.
plane you fly in when you get on an American airline. Like you don't give a fuck about
Right.
what it is, you know?
Right, and it's good. Slowly. Who knows? It may be 100 years from now, but whatever. Slowly, it's going to go that way. And guys like myself, they've already, we have glasses that we put on, so our engineers can see, and they walk us through a repair sometimes.
Shit.
So it's almost going to be
Oh,
like
Beg
shit.
your fucking pardon?
Yeah,
Minority
you
Report.
haven't- you haven't seen those yet?
You
it's
heard it
for
here first, folks.
technical
Kyle's a cyborg.
assistance, right?
Anyway.
Yeah, so the technician breed is becoming more of an engineer, like a field engineer, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Right. So, what the other thing to think about is like when these batteries are old and they're failing and they're disposed, you can't just throw them away.
Yeah.
They got to be buried.
Yeah,
For
the
30
e-waste
years.
problem is huge. Like that's the thing that nobody's talking about, and like
Yeah.
Nobody
I'm
wants to
not
talk
gonna
about.
I'm not gonna argue the fact that like human beings as a species are fucking up the climate, but it's not the cars that are doing it. It's
No.
manufacturing corporations account for 71% of all pollution. Like that's the fucking problem, dog. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
not your individual carbon footprint. It's the fact that Foxconn doesn't give a fuck when they make your iPhone. Right? That's the problem.
Right.
Correct.
For whatever reason, we got to go after the cars and the diesels and the right because it's easy. It's visibility, right? Everybody
Yeah,
sees
it's visible.
everybody sees loud cars and fucking. Let me put this out there first. I think rolling coal is fucking stupid, but diesels, rolling coal, and all that shit. They see that shit, and the optics are you're polluting the environment. But if you drill it back, going to electric car, long term, we don't know
more
the
harmful.
effects. We don't.
It's
Yeah,
more
I'm-
harmful. Period.
Yeah.
You got to treat lithium-ion batteries is like the thing now. Before
Yeah.
we're rolling into solid-state batteries, which is
The liquid
not
air or the
quite
lithium
developed.
air or whatever that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And they're gonna get more and more environmentally friendly as time goes on. But as they stand right now, they're horrible for the environment.
they're terrible.
Yeah.
There's no way to recycle them and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Not to be.
Well, and that's
vulgar
and
about
that's
that
and
shit,
that's a subject that got brought up years ago and like nobody like ever really talked about. Remember the study on the what was it, the Prius versus the Hummer, and the maintenance costs for like the next like it was like 10 or 20 years or whatever it was, and like the Hummer was actually more environmentally friendly and cheaper to maintain than the Prius was. Like,
Yeah.
and that like I remember that to this day, and like I probably watched that. Fuck. Probably 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and like that's crazy to me that like this supposed like environmental friendly car that was supposed to like I don't want to call it save the world, but like set this trend.
I mean, that's how they sold it, right? The original
They- I mean,
Prius
they
commercial
did.
was like it was driving through a forest and we're all friends with the trees type shit. You know what I mean? It
I
was a
mean,
really
yeah,
space
yeah,
trip.
you have a point. I mean, and like to me, like that, like how do we not see that? And like this is the direction that we're all going now, right? Like that's how you gonna fix that?
It's all optics, dude. It's all what sells. I mean, that's everything. It's always just what sells. And again, I think that I am 100% in the camp that like human beings have fucked the climate, and there's going to be long, very big consequences for the shit. They're saying that they're saying the Middle East is going to be literally unlivable to human life inside of 50 years because it'd be too fucking hot. So like, think about that shit for a second. Kyle, don't say anything because I already know what you're thinking. Don't say anything. But
Otter.
so I don't want to make it seem like I'm one of those dudes who was like, we can't fuck the environment. Science, bitch. Yes, we can. But what I'm saying is like, don't jump on some shit that's half cocked because it's being sold to you as better when it's not better yet. Do I think it'll be better eventually? Yeah, I do, honestly. I think that human beings are smart. We never stop pushing. We never stop innovating as long as somebody cares enough to do so. And we'll get to the point where batteries are not, when we're not digging fucking rare earth metals out of the ground with like, oh, it'll be fine, which is just as bad as, you know what I mean? Like,
even to the point that I've talked to so many people, and so many people have been like, oh yeah, we're gonna make the next 10 years of technology advancement, we're gonna make the past 100 years like nothing. I legit think the next 2 to 5 years, like it's gonna be like this is how it used to be. Because you think about it now, like you think about how everything is changing so quickly anymore, right? Look at your iPhone, right? Your iPhone you buy, in 6 months later, there's another model rumored to be coming out. 8 months later, it shows up, and you're like, you're legit right. Like that's how it's gonna be with cars. But I wonder if it'll get to that point where like it's just a software update anymore that you pay for.
Right.
I think
Instead of,
I mean, I think we're already getting there. Like, honestly, like,
Yeah.
well, even like to like the look of the car, right? You think about that. Like, would the technology ever get to a point
don't
where like
even
you
fucking
could like,
start. Like, don't I
No,
know?
no,
where
no.
I know where you're going with this, and like,
well,
yeah,
like,
it's
but like no, but like even like color, like if you could change your color on the fly, that was like
chromatic
real.
shift paint or whatever.
Yeah, like it was real quick or something.
We're gonna
like
get real
that.
nerdy for a minute, but like, so
I
there's,
think that's true. It's coming.
well,
Like,
because it's like somebody was talking about like the fact that like cephalopods can change the texture and color of their skin, right? So they can make themselves see bumpy or smooth, and they can change the color and all that shit.
yeah.
And it's basically like a living LCD screen that also does texture. And they're like
Right.
already trying to incorporate that into their materials for clothes and shit like that. So like that shit, everything that you ever saw in any scientific, in any sci-fi movie, in any comic book, anything you've ever imagined, human beings with enough time and ingenuity will figure it out.
I've seen
Right.
a real lightsaber.
Yeah.
Disney has one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney
Yeah.
has a real one.
Yes, they do.
Nobody's
Yeah.
only people in that room have seen it, but apparently it retracted and it was a beam of light and did the whole fucking song and dance.
I
It's
was
not
waiting
deadly.
for the Millennium Falcon.
You're gonna
I
be
feel better.
Chewbacca, not Han Solo. I don't know how to break
Wait,
it. But
could you guys
I
imagine
wouldn't be
in
mad
the,
about
in the
that.
distant,
Chewbacca kicks ass.
could you guys imagine the distant
Facts.
future though, like car meets, right? It's like some kids are gonna be showing up at the patina of I just rolled up to this car meet in a 2001 Model S,
Right?
This vintage
Right?
Model S right here, dude, on TE 37s.
The battery won't work anymore.
But
I
like,
mean,
You know
but
what?
here,
You know what
they'll find a way. I mean,
You know
Oh,
it's
what
gonna be
yeah.
that
I've had a-
patina, right? Fuel's gonna be gone. It's just gonna be
it's
electric.
not going to be
like,
gone. Kyle has something he wants to say.
You know what I've had a kind of an itch for is the aerial atom.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yep.
The
There's
V8
one
one, the dumb V8 one with the two
Yeah,
Honda
that's-
motors bolted
There's
together.
like-
there's not a aerial atom in my neighborhood, but there is a similar type of vehicle of an aerial atom in my neighborhood.
Is it a Goblin?
Right.
I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's a Yamaha thing.
Oh,
It's it's weird, but like I've never seen the guy drive it. It sits in the garage. Like I'll roll by and he's got his Audi up there, and he's got his work truck, and the thing just sits in the garage. He's got boxes on it. I'm like,
Oh,
what the fuck,
you guys want to
bro?
hear
Is
something crazy about
is
aerial
that the
atoms?
Raptor?
So, when I worked at Tesla, the Tesla design studio and the original SpaceX factory literally were next to each other. One of the engineers that worked for SpaceX daily drove an aerial atom, and when I say he daily drove an aerial atom, I mean it was the only mode of transportation that he owned.
Oh my god.
So rain or shine, this motherfucker was driving his aerial atom. So when it was like pissing rain, he would have like the motorcycle rain suits, like the big like for the adventure bikes. He's rolling into work in one of those.
No way.
That's awesome.
Wild.
That's awesome.
I love it.
He had a big old wing on it, and like the whole fucking it was all murdered out. Dude, I went to some shady liquor store in Inglewood one time, and I roll up, and I was like, "What the fuck?" There's an aerial atom parked outside. And he's like, "I just wanted to grab a 6-pack, man. What's up?" I was like, "The fuck?" Is
Yeah. I mean, the open wheel chassis of it is just so attractive. Like, I wonder, like, could you imagine like an electric motor in an aerial atom?
Oh my god.
We're talking about a 4-wheel
Right.
murder machine, dude. Zero,
Yeah, like
It's
1800.
gonna
Can
be
your internals handle that?
it's gonna be brutal. Like,
Ah.
like
you
a
can
single,
build
so like a
chassis-
single Tesla drivetrain, right? Like a single
Right.
Tesla engine with like, fuck it, like a 150 kilowatt battery because it's not even that big of a car, flat bottom, right? Car weighs 1,900 pounds soaking wet, with you in
Right.
it. First of all, it would never hook.
Who cares?
You need like 335s on the back of that thing, dude. Like it would
Right.
never hook. But if
tires
if,
everywhere.
if you got that thing to hook, to Mike's point, I think you might damage an internal organ trying to fucking launch that thing. Like,
Yeah.
You might. I felt that way when I was driving the Icon, man. I was like, oh,
Bro,
it's
Yeah,
crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
my stomach is back clear now.
And dude,
and both Timmy and Kid, like how many people came back white faced,
Yeah.
sick, like I need some water, I need to
Yep.
sit down, I
Time
don't
to time.
feel good, and like you're just scratching the surface of what that technology can do.
and the
Like,
only barrier to entry is money.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's just money. And here's
And-
the thing too: the Model S Plaid is faster than that thing somehow, but like 0.1 of a second to 60, it's faster than that thing.
Well, it's fine for it to be faster. The issue is that it doesn't do it 30 times in a row before you have to recharge it.
Fair point. It's a very fair
Right.
point. Incredibly fair point.
I-
Also, though, isn't that heating cooling system in the Taycan still a piece of shit though?
Well,
That...
Find
I
me a
haven't seen any
combustible
issues.
engine that'll do the same thing 30 times in a row, right? Before you have to change something or
Yeah.
I mean, look at top
It's the
fuel
same-
dragsters,
it's the
dude. You
same
got to
thing.
rebuild the whole fucking engine every time you run them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
yeah, but you have to walk over
pass.
and go, click, and it recharges, and then you can go do it 30 more times.
yeah,
versus
That's all you have to do.
rebuilding the entire
entire
motor.
engine. Yeah.
And the
Right.
only thing you have to do is replace the tires.
Here's
Right.
the thing, though. Like,
Uh,
just to like dial this out. Did you see how excited everybody just got talking about how fast the Taycan is?
Yes.
Like
Oh, yeah.
everybody got excited.
Yes.
Right?
Everybody
exactly.
everybody that I've taken in the Taycan, like I pull over and I do launch control, and everybody is completely fucking just blown away. Like
Yeah.
they're like, holy shit! Even the first time I did launch control, that's the fastest street car that I've been in,
Yeah.
I was blown away. Uh, after like the 10th time of taking somebody out and borrowing Porsche's
You
Taycan,
acclimate to it for
you
sure.
acclimate. Yeah, yeah. But everybody, you know, uh, be, the electronic Tron sound that it makes,
So sick, by
uh,
the way. Just saying. Sick as
Yeah.
fuck.
and
Anyway, go ahead.
and the basically the smiles and the laughs and the excitement that your passenger get is
Mhm.
it makes me excited, right?
Yeah.
It's just so fun. That car is so ridiculous, like off the line, um, and there's just no spin. The car hooks and it goes. It, there's no other there's no other petrol motor except for when you get into obviously dragster. But let's talk about street cars. There's no other car that'll do that.
No.
Talk about
to that,
gasoline wise.
not to that degree.
Or
Well, I
fuel.
mean, they do, but like you're in like fucking Bugatti
Well, the night-
territory.
Right. Well, look at the new Timmy, the new
The Turbo
911
S.
Turbo.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Turbo S actually.
it's close.
It does 2.5 0 to 60.
Yeah,
That's fucking
That's
crazy.
ridiculous, right? But
It's
that's
300
actually
grand.
faster than the right.
No, it's
It's
290.
So it's more than a Taycan
Same
S.
shit after taxes, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fuck. It's
So-
290 and it only seats two
I-
people. So like,
I
you
think
know.
the most, I think the highest build we've had is like 267.
which is still
But,
more than a Taycan Turbo.
I
S,
mean,
just
after
saying.
tax, you're at
Yes.
300
Yeah.
grand.
Yeah, because what's the
Yeah.
Taycan Turbo S top out at, like 165?
They're
Two-
like 215, 220.
Yeah,
Right.
Fully
I don't
maxed
think
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Uh,
it's still.
Turbo
I mean,
S
listen,
starts at 189.
that's an Audi S4's worth of difference between. And
Yeah,
you never
it's a
have
lot
to
of
put gas in the Taycan, and again, it has a trunk, and again, you can put 4 people in it.
It has a trunk and a frunk.
Fair point.
Right.
Batteries underneath the fucking car.
So here's
Right.
here the point that I was trying to make was this: is that when you look at how excited people get about the experience of being in a shit fast electric car, right? And when you look at the fact that like that Alpha car that we're looking at is a sub 5 second 0 to 60 time, which is still quick. Like let's not like it's very easy to get distracted by the fact that sub 5 seconds 0 to 60 is still quick as fuck. Like that's a quick car,
That's so quick, yeah.
and it's
Camaro
50
sub 5
grand.
seconds.
It's
Yours-
affordable.
Wow. Anyway, it's affordable. And- I bet you say that to all the girls. Anyway, so, but
Ouch.
the point is that I think that more so than any like legitimate argument against electric cars, I think it's really the thought of it, right? Because you're like, oh, it doesn't make the noise, and it doesn't make this, and it doesn't do that. But when you talk about that Taycan's fast as fuck, none of those are part of the conversation.
Well,
That doesn't even get brought up.
Right.
it's fast off the line.
And it was
Passing
fast around the
speed.
track, it just can't hang long term.
Right, long term
Yet.
passing speeds on the freeway. Like look at Teslas and the Taycan. Sure, 0 to 60 is fast as fuck, but when you're already doing 80, on the freeway and you go to pass somebody, that
It takes a second.
force, it takes a second. Like it takes a little bit to get up and go.
And but that's mainly that's in my opinion. Gas cars have gears, right?
right.
So you can drop, right? Like I can at 80 miles an hour, I can drop my fucking STI, and if I'm ballsy, into the top of third or middle fourth, and be in the rev range. And the turbo's already spooled, and it'll fucking go, right? You can't do that in an electric car yet because the transmissions
Right.
can't handle the torque, right? Like I think the Taycan's a 2-speed,
It just comes down to gearing
right?
at that point.
But again, with enough time and enough money and enough ingenuity, the minute you get a 3 or 4-speed electric car, it's fucking game over,
Oh yeah.
right?
Like
you don't
an
need
adamantium transmission.
yeah, you don't need a 10-speed when you have instant torque, right? You don't need 10
Right.
fucking speeds. I need 3, maybe 4, and we're golden. So
And you don't even feel it shift.
no, just go.
That's
Yeah.
the other thing. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like look at electric bikes, like the
Yeah.
what's that Harley one?
The live wire.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The live wire. There's no gearing. You just throttle down and you go. There's
Yeah.
no more changing gears. There's no
It's
more
just how
slowing
much
down.
throttle you're giving it. That's it.
Right. So everything's, eventually going to come to that. Like
It's just a matter of time.
gasoline is right.
And I think that the better electric cars get, the less that anyone will miss gas cars. The cooler they make them sound, the faster they make them. If they ever figure out a way to let you manual shift an electric car, like I don't really think anybody's going to give a fuck anymore.
Nobody's going to give a shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be like I said. You're going to get in the car. You're going to go A to B, CDD if you have to, and you're going to come home and you're going to plug your shit in, and that's it. Like,
yeah, you're going to do a couple runs against Grandpa in his like 2020 911 Turbo S and tell him what's fucking up.
think
And
about-
you're going to go home. You know what I mean?
But think about
Got you, Grandpa.
But think about positive side. Another positive. Think about the tunability. Think about
Infinite.
how you could infinite. It's going to be infinite. There's going to be it's going to be up to whoever's doing the tuning. Like when you build your computer, right? It's going to come down to money. But you can make your computer run as fast and as most capable as possible, as long as your pocketbook can. Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's rude as fuck.
Yeah.
But think about
$10,000 on a PC and his fucking Marrow still doesn't start. Anyway, go ahead.
He's gonna
Only
pop
game-
the
The only game I play is Minecraft, so.
yeah, whatever.
RTX off.
right.
Sex simulator, whatever. Chris, whatever.
Hello Kitty, Hello
Whoa.
Adventure.
Okay, better.
And on that note,
So the tunability is going to be there. I mean, think about front. You can make it front wheel bias, rear wheel bias, whatever. Like,
Dude, look at the fucking Hummer. You can make it fucking crab turn. You can make it spin in a circle. It'll just.
dude, I saw that commercial. Like, what the hell?
Wait,
Tesla,
listen.
look at Tesla. You can make
Just
the fucking
grab
car
weapons.
sing you music by putting in, whatever
Yeah.
the Easter egg was, right? You can
Yeah.
make it
Do whatever you want.
almost do whatever the fuck you want as long as you have the capability to do it and obviously the right software
And
to do it.
Yeah.
To finish off this podcast, because we're running long, but if anything should give you hope for the future of electric vehicles, GM took the poster boy for fuck the environment in the Hummer.
Yep.
And they made it electric, and it's
Oh, yeah.
sick as fuck. That thing
Yes,
is
it is.
sick as
Yep.
fuck. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
fast,
like
and you
it.
can drive it everywhere, and it's
I like it.
crab walks, and it
Yeah.
looks fucking
Yeah.
badass. And the interior. Did you notice that all of the interior trim details are billet aluminum?
Yeah,
Actually, not
Yeah.
that.
it was clean. It's
Go back
really
and look
clean.
at it. There is no plastic. Well, I mean, there's plastic, but like all of the AC vents, all the little details, they're all billet aluminum, machined. Like it's fucking. They did it. I mean, when they said, "Oh, it's gonna be 110 grand," I was like, "Fuck you!" And then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, all right, seems legit."
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, but ripping. I'm okay
They're
with
like
that.
0 to 60 in 3.2. I'm listening.
Yeah. but how much?
And then they jumped it lightweight, and I was like, "Okay, I'm right."
Wait, so I mean, like going back and forth is just like where'd you get the Cadillac Blackwing?
if I could afford
mean,
one right now, and I
yeah.
could get my hand on one of the 500 that we're actually getting, yeah, I would buy one because it's sick. And right now, as it stands, I don't feel the need to own an electric car, right?
Yeah.
But I've already
Yeah.
told my wife, like, I'm looking at these Alpha Motors cars, and I'm like, there's a good chance I'm buying one of those, like, in the next 3 to
Those
5
look
years.
good, man.
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm looking at that little performance coupe, and I'm like, it's 50 grand, right?
I want the rally one.
I like it. I like
the
it a
Rally
lot.
one's sick, but it's like, it's any one of them, right? Like, the truck is 36 G's.
Let's swap it.
Yo, no, for real, like, just to end this whole thing on, the dude who's out there, who's like, there's a dude who's LS swapping a Model S, right? And he, like,
Oh my
started
God.
as a meme, and now he's finding out that it's a giant pain in the ass because, spoiler alert, the car was never designed to have an engine in it, and it's like, you're just a fucking idiot. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like you have to cut the
Yeah.
entire car up and like redo the
Nobody
entire
has
thing.
done
I can't
so
get through
much-
the firewall.
So much
Yeah.
time and money in making a car infinitely slower than it was to begin with. So, on that bombshell, kids,
Oh god.
buy your hero cars now if you ever want to afford them, and
Yes.
don't
Back.
fucking
And-
V8 swaps. What?
And we're back, unlike your dad. So
Yes, that's true. We are officially back. We will be back consistently posting. Chris
Yes.
now
Yes.
has we have figured. I've finally figured out how to. We were supposed to get the clip channel up and running weeks ago, but I had my computer torn down, and when I tried to send Chris a file before, he couldn't open it. He can now open the files. He can edit them. The clip channel is coming. Bitch, you already told me you could. Don't get shifty eyes with me. People are listening. I'll show them the text. I'll show them the text. I don't give a fuck. I got the evidence. So
I've seen the text, so I don't even see it.
So- the clip channel is coming, so you can get this in tidbits. And we're back. We're not stopping. I'm gonna once Daddy gets
Hell no.
settled in, I'm gonna do some cool content from the tracks out here because I want to go put the STI on a track and wing it. These dudes will do some content. Hopefully, they come out here sometime, or we meet back up somewhere in the future. But for now,
Oh, we coming.
thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
like, please follow, please subscribe. And,
Sure.
yeah, be safe, guys. We love you all. Peace out.